Hello viewers, welcome in another episode. Today it will be Valentine episode. I had a little bit different plans for today because for Valentine day I planned to do video with Ferrari F40, but two parcels with two or three Ferrari F40 are missing. I got my money back. I still hope those parcels will arrive, but we will see. Instead of those F40, I still have few F40s to show, but I decided I will show another car I love even more than Ferrari F40, but for most of you probably it's opposite. You would rather love Ferrari than Chevy Camaro, but for me Chevy Camaro is one of the most beloved cars ever. And I will present six Chevy Camaros from different generation, different manufacturers. So without further ado, let's start. We will start with green light. Most of those will be green lights. 4 of 6. And we will start with this one. It's Detroit Speed Inc. Series 2. Angelos Vespis 1969 Chevrolet Camaro. You can see what else should be in this. There are 2 more Camaros in this series and I will try to get those. Information about Detroit Speed, etc. This is I didn't bought it on eBay. I bought it on Vinted France. That was asking price, but because I bought 22 models, he lowered price a lot, which is always nice. As for Camaro, I love all Camaros. Of course, for me, my favorite generation is third generation. And this one model, it's the worst quality of all of those we will see, because as you can see, there are some issues in the front. And that plastic lip spoiler is not sitting properly. Other than that, then is of course some issues with those extra red rim. You know, that's typical with all US brands. That's something very, very typical. Something unusual. In the rear we have acrylic headlamps. At least it looks like acrylic headlamps, which is not too common. We can see some scratches there as well, but that's nothing serious. From the side it looks great. From the front it looks great. As you can see, there will be some issues with bonnet because we can see there is some scratches there, so it wasn't sitting properly. Someone forced it to sit properly, and I will try to open it. Not open it because it's not really opening. This is all I can get. Let's ajar it. There is small gap, we can see some details, but it's not too detailed engine, so it's not big loss. We have next generation Camaro from same series, from Series 2 Detroit Speed Inc. Gary Mills 1970 Chevy Camaro. Here quality control was much better. We can see it's different generation, just 1 year later, and Camaro changed a lot. Z28, very nice rims. I like that vinyl roof. Z28 here as well. Very nice looking, and I like this champagne metal flake color with black, looks great. No issues with opening bonnet, but either this engine is hot red or someone used too much red paint. No issues with bonnet, no scratches, it sits rather well. We are going back to 1969. This is Chevy Camaro ZL1 Copo Camaro. That's the first of Copo Camaros. And this one is number 27 of 50, released in 1969. So I'm not surprised it was sold for $231,000 in 2019 year. I have a little bit of information what COPO means, Central Office Production Order. And this is my favorite of those older ones we will see today. Quality control is and details are better than in the two previous ones. We have branding Goodyear on rear wheels. Better quality control, it doesn't mean there will be no issues because tires are a little bit, oh, it's not bad. For a green light, I think it's perfect. So painted lights, Chevy badge, beautiful green metal flake, very nice rims. I love those rear lights, Barrett Jackson registration plate, not bad interior, those silver Camaro or chrome Camaro, looks fantastic. I will try to open bonnet, no big deal, and it's much better than in the two previous one. You can open bonnet without any problem. Air filter cover is black, the engine is more properly painted. It's not red hot, it looks okay. And back to 1969. We have another 1969. Oh, 1970, sorry. Camaro, because we are just jumping 1969, 1970, 1969 back to 1970. This is another very interesting version of Camaro Z28 RS, but it's one of the Hurst. If someone is interested in history, there is history of it. We have instruction, I think so. A very interesting version of Camaro and very nicely done model. As for M2, there will be some quality issues, but as for M2 machines, I think this is as close to perfection as possible. We have acrylic headlamps, or it looks like it. Z28 on grille, registration Hurst. Tires with Goodyear branding and something else, but it's really difficult to read. Much more issues with how tires sit there, but I think that could be, you know, we can for some time Chinese brands are copying those models, Autoworld, M2 machines, etc., and selling under own brands. And if you see one of those models with tires properly sitting on rims, then I think it must be a Chinese knockoff, because M2 machines, there must be some issues with tires. Nice rear, not too bad. Maybe some issues with painting of the slides, or you know, yellow coming not where it should be, or not covering some places, but that's not a big issue without macro. It's not bad at all. We can open doors. Apart from the gear shifter, which is terrible, it's not bad at all. We have very interesting roof. That's not typical Camaro. We have bonnet which we can open, but you can already see it's not sitting properly. But at least it wasn't too hard to open it. And the engine looks not bad. You know, there are plenty of details as for those cheap models, I would say. And even colors are not too terrible. Now, we will jump to another brand. And one of those new Majorette Premium in acrylic cases, 1985 Chevy Camaro. This is what we can get in facility. It's very annoying to open those. As you can see, it's two-part blister, and that blister is very, very deep. You can see there. So it's really difficult to open it. Or maybe not so difficult as annoying. And this is Camaro itself, my favorite generation, because I have one of those. In very similar color, mine is blue, but it's lighter blue. So acrylic headlamps. It's a little bit simplified with grill, but it's not too bad. We have a proper Chevy badge. The blue part is barely visible because it's on blue. We have those extra elements. Oh, battery will be gone soon, so I'm speeding up to finish it. Rims are not bad, but are not perfect. They are good enough. The gap between wheels, etc., is a little bit too big. Interior is not bad. I think dashboard should stick a little bit further. But that's minor thing, you know, no one expects really fantastic interior in something so cheap. My biggest issue with these are those mirrors. Those are plastic mirrors, very similar shape to original one, but those are not exactly same. There should be no gap between mirror and door, at least from what I remember. Rear lights should be different colors. There should be amber and should be white as well. It shouldn't be all red, but this is small thing. It's not bad. It's you know, much better than regular Majorette. I don't think it's worth €10 as its price in Europe. I got this one a little bit cheaper, because it costed me €8, which I think is proper price for €8. This is very, very good price. And now last Camaro. It's the most recent 2012 Chevy Copo Camaro. So we have another Copo Camaro, and it's 50th anniversary, golden anniversary of Copo Camaro. There is some history of it. If someone wants to read it, just pause and read it. As for model, it's quite heavy and it's very tight in blister. Nice front, a little bit issue with a badge. It's not as symmetrical as it should be. Very beefy tires. Nice rims, of course, no brake discs or calipers, but this is just green light. Rear is nice. At least they add a little bit of silver paint to accent exhaust. Badges are much better than in front. We have that white stripe with copper. Interior not bad, just regular green light one, and we have of course bonnet which we can open with huge hood, so we know that's not just regular engine. No problems to open it, which is good, and the engine isn't that bad. You know, as for those cheap models, I think this is probably the best of what we've seen today. The gaps are not too bad. They are even, you know, it's here is just a little bit wider than here, but no issues with opening, so I'm happy with it. Now I will have question for you. Which one? That's typical question. Which one of those would be your favorite? Which generation is your favorite one? But I would also ask if it would be your Valentine video. What brand, what car would you feature? I'm really interested in this. But that's all for today. Thank you for your patience. As usual, all the best for all of you and see you soon. Bye bye.